Money on my mind, gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? It is your boy, Reckless Ray and we are back at it again for another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. While you're on your way in, while I got you fresh, while you're checking out the video, let's go ahead and make sure we hit that like button. Let's make sure that we hit that subscribe button, especially if you've been here more than 2 times. Go ahead and join the Wolf Pack. For my people who are in the Wolf Pack already, for the community members, make sure to share the video with your communities because we need to get this message out to the masses. We're going to be talking about crypto as usual, not financial advice, just some guy on the internet letting you know what he's doing with his money, his adventures within the space. I have been in the space for over 12 years now. Like I feel like they're about to put me out to pasture as far as crypto is concerned. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump on into it. Let's go ahead and bring to the screen, see what we got going on here. Make me microscopic down in the corner. Let's talk about the top. Oh, actually, we're not even there yet. Bitcoin at the time of recording, which is Tuesday evening, June 17th. You guys will be getting this on Wednesday, the 18th. Happy hump day. Bitcoin sitting at 104,512, $104,512. Obviously, Bitcoin is just collapsing and crashing, doom gloom over the war in the Middle East. There's always a war in the Middle East, it seems. Is this the end? Is this the collapse? I don't believe so. I am firmly of the belief that Bitcoin is going to $1 million, which is a low projection. I believe we will be finishing this year off above $200,000, which is another low projection. So these aren't things that I am worried about. Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 61.7%. Ethereum dominance is at 9.01% with gas fees at 0.739 Gwei. Shout outs to CoinGecko for this wealth of information that we cite every single episode before getting into the thick of it. Top 3 trending coins we have at number 1, Notcoin. At number 2, Lambo. And last but not least, at number 3, Spark. Let's go ahead and get moving right on into the top 5 gainers and losers. And we're starting to have some little bubblings here. Starting off with the gainers, I hope that everybody gets the opportunity to be on this list and share in the elation of being one of the top 5 gainers of the last 24 hours. At number 1, at rank 256, Interbeat with a gain of 297.5% in the last 24 hours. At number 2, we have at rank 842, United States Dominant Peg with a gain of 81.4%. At number 3, we have at rank 878, Cross the Ages with a gain of 15.5%. At number 4, at rank 485, we have Useless Coin with a gain of 14.4%. And last but not least, rounding out the top 5, at number 5, at rank 907, Fair and Free with a gain of 14.1%. Moving over to the top 5 losers in the last 24 hours. Hopefully, if you find yourself on this list, it's a healthy retracement or an opportunity to gain entry into a project you've been looking at. At number 1, we have at rank 400, we have Polyhedra Network with a loss of 32.4%. At number 2, at rank 695, we have Liquid Launch with a loss of 26.5%. At number 3, we have at rank 799, Magic Internet Money on Bitcoin with a loss of 22.8%. At number 4, we have at rank 699, Spark with a loss of 21.1%. And last but not least, rounding out the list of the top 5 losers in the last 24 hours, we have at rank 804, Huobi with a loss of 20.3%. Moving on. This is a new tab. We got to get the numbers out of the way because they're going to be ugly again because that's just what we're doing. So on the day, we are down 2.8% with an equated total loss of 23.3%. My portfolio is forever cooked, just forever cooked. It's just always cooked. We've just been cooked since been cooked since been cooked. But it is what it is. And we got to take our wins because we are accountable for that and our losses. So I'm going to pull that to the screen so we can look at the bull run holdings. Running down the list. At number 1, we have Solana, SOL. At number 2, we have Thorwallet DEX, TGT. At number 3, we have Ethereum, ETH. At number 4, we have Aave, AAVE. At number 5, we have Jupiter Perpetual Liquidity Provider Token, JLP. At number 6, we have Superverse, SUPER. At number 7, we have Radium, RAY. At number 8, we have Injective, INJ. At number 9, we have Akash Network, AKT. And last but not least, we have Avalanche, AVAX. Getting ready to probably do some checks. It's a payday week, so I'm going to be looking at doing some checks on our DeFi pools. I know we've got at least one that's over $100. Pretty excited about that. That aside, we're just letting it do what it does. Those DeFi dollars will be funneling over into the income portfolio. But more importantly, we're going to go ahead and jump to the topic of discussion for this episode real quick here. These episodes are moving along actually pretty quick. It's getting more along the lines of the Robinhood episode. So I'm going to try and throw some insights and alpha. I am getting ready to, as of this paycheck, I went ahead and started throwing some money back into Bitcoin, specifically to build up my Bitcoin pool over on Strike. It is a pretty interesting platform. They offer lending. I'm going to be housing Bitcoin there at least until Nexo comes back, depending on what Nexo's minimums are, because I have a Nexo account. They're supposedly coming back to the US. I keep logging in to check to see what's going on over there. But they offer Bitcoin lending. I will not be moving Bitcoin out of cold storage to engage in said practice, but I will be filling up my Bitcoin hoard to engage in said practice. So all new Bitcoin will be going over to Strike for now. It'll probably end up landing between Strike and Nexo. Nexo was a platform that I'd previously used for Bitcoin lending because everybody keeps presenting this like it's a new thing. It is not a new thing. We had Bitcoin lending back in 2019. Matter of fact, we had Bitcoin lending back in 2018. And I know we did because I used it. Specifically on Nexo and Celsius. Celsius had Bitcoin lending too, and I used it on Celsius as well because I learned about Nexo after Celsius. And then when Celsius collapsed, obviously they ran everything out of the country, made all Bitcoin lending illegal. Nexo never collapsed, for the record. They were never insolvent. And yeah, it was kind of a rough deal for them. So they've been building up their platform outside of the country. Obviously, they haven't slowed down a bit. It's grown in orders of magnitude and looks pretty cool. You just can't do any lending on it, which kind of sucks if you're in the United States. Like, we still are figuring that out. So we have Strike at present, which has really high minimums, like stupid high. Now, I understand, I heard, I listened to Jack Mahler's live class, and apparently he's saying that, oh, it's a state by state thing. In the state that I'm in, you apparently have to have 1.33 Bitcoin minimum. That's the minimum. You know how many whole coiners there are in the state of Kansas? Probably not a bunch. I'm just saying. And I'm not willing to move that amount onto a platform. Like, I will buy and accumulate on a platform like that, but I am not moving out of cold storage. That is, after going through the Celsius crash, that is one thing that I am leery about. Like, I'm not moving out of cold storage to utilize that. Like, it's just not at all even a thought in my mind. But we are starting to accumulate some more Bitcoin. I turned the spigot back on. It's just a little bit bare minimum. And we're going to scale it up as we pay off the debt. We still have our debt metrics, and we're going to keep running down that train to get that. Now, that leads me to the other piece of the conversation, which is why I save in Bitcoin. For me, well, even at the prices as they are now, I'm fine buying Bitcoin now. Like, I have no issues hitting that buy button. I don't feel any sense of FOMO because I got a bunch of Bitcoin buys in well under these rates. Again, I started in 2013. I have seen $3,000 Bitcoin. I've seen $10,000 Bitcoin. I saw and bought $20,000 Bitcoin. I saw and bought $15,000 Bitcoin, etc., etc. And since my time in Bitcoin, it's only gone one direction, up and to the right. Is it a straight line up and to the right? No, it's a very jagged, volatile line up and to the right. I treat my Bitcoin like a 401k. It's, except for it's way better because I don't have to beg for permission or get penalized for accessing it. And it's traversable, which means that anywhere I go, it can exist there. And it removes me from the dollar fiat system. I save in it because it's something that I can put money in and not look at. I grew up with that saying, oh, you keep a little bit of money in the bank, and it always tells you about the guy who forgot about his money that was in a bank account. And then via compound interest, he comes and finds it years later in retirement, and lo and behold, it's $1 million. Now, they don't tell you that that's mathematically not possible. But with Bitcoin, you can forget about it and come back, and it's going to be worth way more than what it was when you last looked at it. Like, I look at my finances every month, so I am checking my account and calculating my net worth every month. So I'm seeing the monthly fluctuations. But as far as long-term savings, like set and forget, I'm not looking at it. Bitcoin is the only thing that I would really store value in right now. Me personally, because gold's bulky. If I leave the country, it's going to be real hard to take it with me. In a situation where you need it, they can confiscate it. It's easier to take from you. Men with firearms, long distance hole punches, if you would, will come and confiscate that. And you really don't have a choice. Like, even if you don't want to, and you take it to the end result, and they send you to the room upstairs, they're still going to get the gold. Now, if with Bitcoin, if you don't want to give it up and they send you to the room upstairs, well, now nobody gets it. So, I mean, technically on my level of oppositional defiance, that is a win. So I would rather have it in something that's 100% solely in my control, where if you want to get access, you need me. Not a lot of people are going to want to go through that with me specifically. Like, I understand that they're snatching up some of you guys who are way softer targets out there. And, you know, being a rich bunny in this society isn't actually beneficial. So what can I say? It's gonna be a whole nightmare trying to snatch whole Reckless Ray up from anywhere, just so you know, because we going rooms upstairs, downstairs, over to the side. We all gonna go to the hospital together. Like, that's fine. So for me, it's something that I feel like I have a lot more control over. You can't censor Bitcoin. They can't cancel me out of my Bitcoin. I know that some of the crazy stuff that we've seen with the economy and the way that certain entities choose to wield their power, they'll debank you. You can be debanked. Which, if you can be debanked, I can only assume that you could be debrokeraged as well. While I do have a chunk of money in there, it is nothing in comparison to my Bitcoin holdings. So if they told me to take my money and go elsewhere, I would just go buy Bitcoin and, you know, cool. I don't need your bank. I don't need to have my money with you. Just give it back. Because they do give it back. There's like, we're not going to hold your money. We're not going to help you with your finances, which most of these places aren't helping to begin with. So you not wanting to house my money really doesn't affect me either. Like I said, I'll just go buy Bitcoin. Fine with it. And for me, it's, you know, living in a time where we can save in the hardest asset ever created, is a big benefit. It's big benefit for me. And it just makes sense. Like, as we move forward, I'm planning on traveling, being in and out of the country. I would like to be able to, you know, be able to control my finances wherever I'm at. Obviously, with internet access, you can get to your brokerage account. Not that big a deal, but your brokerage account is still denominated and in and out done in dollars. Like, my brokerage account doesn't settle out into Bitcoin. So even with that, it's like, use dollars where dollars are needed. I don't want to spend my Bitcoin anyway. But for my savings, the goal is eventually, if I ever needed to tap into it, I would want to leverage it. And having platforms like Nexo and Strife, they don't run a credit check. If you have the collateral, they loan you the money. So worst case scenario, it's actually better than real estate, because if you lose your job and you need to get access to, well, based on the minimum that they have on strike for the state that I'm in, you need access to $72,000. You can get it, and nobody's going to say anything. So that's why I save in Bitcoin. It is the medium. We're checking and emptying out accounts down to the bare minimums. I was building them up so that I could be like, oh yeah, I keep like X amount in the bank. I will have nothing in the bank. Like, most of my bank accounts, I have 3 accounts, so it's like 2 savings and a checking. All my bank accounts will have $75. That's like, don't even come for me, because there's no reason. Like, there's so many better vehicles, and I'd rather have it either working in the income account, because that's generating monthly income, or settling it out in the and just having Bitcoin. Like, there's just no reason not to, for me personally. Like, that's my breakdown. I want to know, what are you saving or do you just have dollars in the bank, or are you guys still doing that? Is that still a thing? Let me know down in the comments. What do you say? Do you save in Bitcoin? What's the medium? Because like, there's a couple of things that we've been throwing around as far as where we're parking cash now, because we have a bunch of options. I got a video coming up in a week or two going over a couple of the other places that I keep cash now, because we're not keeping cash in the bank anymore. Like, those days are over. So over. They're so done. That's so boomer plan. I'm going to start saying boomer plan a lot, because a lot of people are on it, and, you know, math isn't in their favor. So tap in with me down in the comments. Is this a win or an L? Like, are you guys saving? What are you guys saving in? Where do you keep your dollars? What do you have your dollars doing for you? Let's talk about it. It's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero. Don't forget to hit that like. If you've been here, you caught the episode, you like what you see, vibing with what you hear, Want to be a part of the wolf pack? Go ahead and hit that subscribe. Don't forget the button next to it, the bell. All notifications on. I promise not to flood your feed. We're just not trying to get rich over here by ourselves, because there's nothing cool about being the only person eating at your table. Shout outs to the wolf pack as always. Don't forget to share the video with your network. And until next week, people, it's your boy Reckless Ray and Arrow, and we are out of here. Peace.
Money on my mind, yeah. Focus, got no time for games, nah. I don't play it, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.